Garbage. Tweet more consistently with Buffer. Shut up and take my money. Meh. Welcome to episode 6 in the 10-part series of Stumari's Complete Everything You Need to Know to Make Your First App Except for the Code. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing MVPs. What does MVP stand for? Minimum Viable Products. And the little intro that we did was a play on the first MVP that we're going to be talking about, Buffer. We're going to go over the top 5 MVPs for companies just like yours and show you how they went from 0 to 1 or from worst to first without doing any real coding, because they were going to use their MVP to validate their customers' desires. And you're going to want to stick around until the end on this one, because that's when we'll tell you which tool we believe does the MVPing the best. MVPing. Anyway, let's talk about Buffer. Take a look at the landing page that they put up back in 2010, I believe. So all Buffer did was really put up a landing page, and it has, what is it, just 3 offers. Choose times to tweet kind of explains how the product works, and then a button to click from plans to pricing, and then boom, they start capturing email leads. Exactly what you should be doing as well. And you can do it right frickin' now. What Buffer did with that landing page, call to action, button, email, collection, not quite an MVP. Let's see how Buffer went from landing page to get email leads to full-on MVP. It only took one more page. And as you can see, Buffer then inserted a 3rd page, and that page provided the pricings. You had the free plan, the standard plan, or the max plan. This is a very common software as a service type pricing plan. So now what Buffer has done is they put themselves into a position where they can get pre-sales. You know what pre-sales mean? Well, ask Tesla about pre-sales, and also you can ask Daniel Kahneman in Thinking Fast and Slow about the heuristic of the ascent of commitment. Tesla used that by having pre-sales, and then they raised the price and delayed the production. Talk about taking that MVP to a whole new level. So what Buffer did there can be copied by you today, and you can see whether or not your idea is going to be as successful as Buffer's. But really have to focus on those concepts. Look at how minimal Buffer's MVP was. Conveyed the benefit, had a button, and then you could start taking pre-sales. Really strip down your idea to its core benefit. The shut up and take my money. I want you to get Philip J. Fry to be able to shake his fist at you and say, shut up and take my money. What was Philip Fry saying in that Futurama episode where he wanted his money to be taken? Example number 2, Groupon. Groupon was built in a month on a WordPress blog. They didn't do any coding. After they would have their deal, the customer service head, Joe Haro, would spend 3 hours after he scanned the coupon on one of their scanners in the office. He would email everybody who bought the deal personally. Talk about an MVP. It did work. All you needed was that WordPress site that provided the Groupon in a blog post. People took it, and then it was mailed to them. That's it. How did Groupon go since then? Pretty good. They're even public. They went all the way. They went all the way from an MVP that simple. Make yours that simple. I really want you to focus on getting the person to say, shut up and take my money as quickly and as easily as you can. Don't offer them anything else. Remember, features aren't that great. Watch The Founder, the McDonald's one. They'll talk about in McDonald's, they had all these products that were on the menu, but 85% of their profit came from 3 menu items. And what did they do? They focused on those 3 menu items. The reason they do that is because it works. And sometimes you don't even need to build a WordPress site. You can do what Dropbox did. Dropbox basically made a YouTube Okay, it was 2007 and it was a video posted on Hacker News, so it wasn't a YouTube. Drew Houston, the founder of Dropbox, made a video about how his system, how his cloud storage system was supposed to work. That's it. And it was posted on Hacker News, and overnight he had 70,000 pre-sales, 70,000 sign-ups. That is amazing, that you don't even need the product to be built. You just need the idea to be that validated. Dropbox worked not because consultants said this is how the code should be, not because developers said this is how the code should be, or investors giving money to the team. Dropbox succeeded because the clients, your Stumari, your users, wanted it. Need more proof that you don't need to even code a single line before you can open for business? Zappos. You know what Zappos did? Zappos founder, Nick Schwinburne, put up a dummy site. He took, well, I'm not sure when Zappos was about, but it probably wasn't when they had iPhones like this thing's being filmed on. So he went down the street, probably with a digital camera, took pictures of shoes in a shoe store, put them on his website, told the owner of the shoe store, hey, if these sell, I'm gonna come back and pay you full price. What happened to Zappos? From the owner having a website where he posted some photos of some other shoe company's inventory, bought several years down the road by Amazon for over $1 billion. Really focus on the minimum, the viable, and then the product. What is the minimum viable product? It was taking pictures of shoes and putting them on a website and saying they're for sale. An online shoe store. An online database for your stuff that works with everything across all platforms. Group coupons. Being able to control your social media flow better. These are all things and concepts that people wanted so much that you got customer validation without doing any work. No effort. I want you to focus on the value that your software, to be built software, not built yet, confers. Make sure that value proposition is so much that you're going to get customer validation in droves, and then you'll go and make the code. You'll wait until you get that approval before you go and make the code. And it also is going to come up in our next episode about investors. They're going to want to see that. Now, so far all we've done is talk about 4 websites and their businesses that didn't have any coding before they were successful. Let's do one final example to show that MVPs don't only apply to software. And we're going to use Virgin Atlantic as the example. That's right, Virgin Atlantic and Richard Branson, he started it. It was just one plane flying between 2 destinations to test the concept of Virgin Atlantic that Richard Branson wanted to bring to the airline industry. Reached later for comment, Richard Branson said, how do you become a millionaire? You start with $1 billion and launch an airline. So I guess the MVP can also work with physical products vis-a-vis Virgin Airlines. Great concept. Not sure if it made any money, but it works substantially better in software because you don't have to expend all the overhead of actually having an airline. You can just have a WordPress blog site and see if people want it. Well, there we go. We went through 4 software MVPs and 1 airline one. Hopefully you've learned that the whole point is to really strip your idea down to its nub. You want to be able to convey the benefit that your software does that fast. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Stumari's 10-part course on everything you need to know to build your first app except for the code. If you enjoyed it so far, please give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And now, it's what you've been waiting for. What is the best tool that we know of to do this MVP process for you? Sorry for the shameless plug, but we have been developing this system, this SaaS offering, SaaS, software as a service. And it's called our pivot plan. So go to stumari.co and check out our pivot plan. It gives you everything you need to validate your idea and even get it open into business. You can do the buffer method where you have the landing page into the offer page into the confirmation page. And then you can also, because it's in WordPress, you can expand that to be a full-on Groupon. There's some more automation that goes into it. Walk you through it all, and then we help you get set up so you can get out there. I really wish that this product would have existed in 2013 when I got going on my first app. Perhaps it did. I didn't come across it. I wish I would have. I'm not sure if I would have been humble or had the humility to actually say, well, I need this. But the thing is, all apps need a website for marketing them. They really do. And we're going to talk about another important issue next time. Now that you have these MVP tools and you understand what you're trying to sell, you're going to get some customer validation, and then you're going to be in the place where you'll be ready to consider investors. Until next time, cheers to the guests.